That's going to be, where am I right now? I'm sorry, yes, Dr. Vinik. I have to. So we are going to have, yes, there you are, thank you for that. He's going to tell us in 15 minutes, Aaron, that's correct, about sunitinib on pancreatic neuroendocrine tumor and the mTOR pathway. I'm really looking forward to that talk.
Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank Maureen Coleman, I want to thank CNETS, and I want to thank Dr. Shah for giving me the opportunity to come and talk to you about some of this work. You know, you have to think a little bit about history. Canada's been very important to me. I'm an endocrinologist, diabetologist, as some of you have already gathered. January the 11th, 1922, young Leonard Thompson was the first person to receive insulin at the Banting Institute in Toronto, and that saved his life. Many years later, the second peptide therapy that we got into endocrinology was somatostatin analogs. And for many, many years, nothing transpired except somatostatin analogs. It led to the inimitable Maudlin writing a wonderful article talking about the rapid pace of no progress when it came to the management of neuroendocrine tumors. So when I got this invitation to talk, I thought, you know, what can I really say which would excite people? And what I wanted to tell you about is the progress that has been made. There we have new potential therapies. They might not apply to you all, and I've selected some of the work that has been done. I'm a physician, I'm a physician scientist. I like to do the physician scientist shuttle. I like to go from the bedside to the laboratory and back again, and looking at what we can now apply directly in the clinic. And I'm going to give you 3 quick examples of what we can directly apply. Is this forward? What we can directly apply. So when we learn from what happens in nature, we have a number of growth factors that are very important to us. And you've heard about them: insulin-like growth factor, platelet-derived growth factor, VEGF. And then these growth factors have their receptors, and you've had beautiful examples of looking at the different somatostatin receptors. And there's the IGF receptor, the PDGF receptor, VEGF, and then the RET proto-oncogene. What nature has also done is there are genetic abnormalities, which you're going to hear about from Sue Odorizio tomorrow, which are conducive to the development of different clinical syndromes. Now the question is, can we capitalize on that information and see if something goes wrong, that if we interfered with those pathways, could we actually change the outcome of the conditions? So there are inherited syndromes associated with neuroendocrine tumors. The multiple endocrine neoplasia 2 gene is a RET proto-oncogene aberration. And then going further, there's the tuberous sclerosis complex as well. And now we ask the question, can we use therapeutic agents which target these different genes and their products for the treatment of patients with neuroendocrine tumors? So there are monoclonal antibodies directed at VEGF, and then there are the tyrosine kinase inhibitors such as sunitinib and sorafenib that target PDGF receptor, the VEGF receptor, and the RET proto-oncogene. And now there's everolimus, and I'll come back, which targets the mTOR pathway. And this is what I want to talk to you about this afternoon. So let us expand on sunitinib just a little more. It simultaneously inhibits tyrosine kinases on tumor cells, pericytes, and endothelial cells. And one of the weaknesses you've already heard about was that if we use agents like the somatostatin analogs, which target only one part of the pathway, wouldn't we be better off if we could target other parts of the pathway? And here you see the inhibitor, the anti-angiogen. Thank you. Oh, that'll be good. I usually like to point here, but that's fine. The anti-angiogenic, that means the blood vessel effects, the vascular endothelial cell, or the cell that actually coats the blood vessel or coats the cell, as well as having anti-tumor. So there are 3 different places that these agents could possibly work, and that would give us an advantage over only targeting one part of the pathway, if that so happened indeed. So this is the result of a multi-center trial, and there are a number of people here in the audience who participated in this trial as well, where I wish to acknowledge. And I'm going to just share with you the data that has been presented so far. And now you cannot tape this because this paper has been submitted to the New England Journal of Medicine, and until such